Hey, C, it's Lacey Powdering, coming up to you live from Sleepyville, because I am streaming kind of late for where I am. It's currently like nearly 2 a.m. and I just couldn't sleep, so I was like, I might as well do something with myself. Hello everyone. Thank you for being here despite my very impromptu notice. I was randomly reminiscing on Smallsy Smalling. Oh, I wonder who that was. That must have been bizarre. Let's do calm, sleepy stream, chatting, and yapping. I love the word yap. It's such a good word because it is an excited for this 8-hour. No. I'm not. Oh my god, Deltarune absolutely shattered me the other day. That's why I basically went like, okay, I'm gonna stop chapter 4 here and then wind down. And I sprinted to bed and I slept for like 14 hours. It was I'm not used to doing that much streaming consecutively, and it's scary. It's scary, Governor. I get tired so easily. But I now have the resilience, I think, to do longer streams. It was really fun. It was really, really fun. New time zone exposure equals new Flutterbuds. So I asked the almighty Google, hey, what time is best for streaming? Because I was just curious as I pressed go live, and it was like, oh, for BST, it's 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. I hate time zones. Yeah, but no time zone matter for me. No time zone matter for me. I'll try and drop an occasional one that isn't comedically early for everyone. I'll stay up a little bit later. I can scrounge it. It's the summer. It is hot girl summer, and that also means unwell rested girl summer. Same difference. I keep trying to pick up new young people phrases because I feel very out of sync with the young people phrases. I don't know why I'm speaking like an old man. I swear I'm hip and down with the kids. I feel comically out of place. So like when I say things like hot girl summer, I feel like a fraud. but no, hot girl summer. Wait, let me scooch over. I felt very out of place. Oh, but now I'm too far this way. Wait. Beep, bop, beep. There we go. That is a perfect equidistant. I was like, oh, I'm so annoyed. I'm like right in the mid. I'm supposed to be right smack dab in the middle. This is my zone. This is where I belong. And I was slightly off center and it was annoying me. Boomer? I've never been a boomer. Not in my entire life. Although I've always felt like such an old person when it comes to getting along with people, because I thought, ever since I was little, I was like, oh, I'm very mature for my age, and I have older siblings, so that means that all of my interests are basically like 10 years behind. So I was like, masaka. That must be why I find it difficult to make friends. It was the autism, so... I mean, two things can be true at once. 2019 Urban Dictionary? What is that? Is that not a new one? Oh, God. No, this is it. This is my demise. Although, actually... you should be very impressed with this. I find it comedically easy to forget to be hydrated, so, especially in the summer when you're a little gamer neat and everything gets too hot too quickly. But do you know what I have? I found it. I found it whilst I was moving out of my last place. It was this like water pitcher thing, but it's like a faucet. I'm trying to use the word faucet so I fit in with you Americans. Lacey is normal and she will hydrate. But I have. Okay, you can't see me go to it, but I'm going far away, so you know that I'm far away. I have like a water jug with like an attachment on it that is like it's just a massive quantity of water, and at any time. Okay, listen, I'm grabbing a cup right now. I'm grabbing a cup. And I filled up the cup. Infinite water. I have infinite water. I don't even have to go downstairs. I don't even have to leave my little gamer room. Sorry, the next Okay. Consider this a PSA. If you've just finished having a smash burger that you made at home that was really good, and decide to put the only plate in this entire room right next to your wheelie chair, do not then do a bit where you get up from your wheelie chair. It's fine, it just scared me, the loud noise. I have a bad habit. I don't like leaving dishes on the side, so I keep them on the floor, but then they become a trip hazard. In short, I love hydrating. I love the consecutive "Are you asleep paralysis?" comments. These are two different routes you could take. On the light path, there is "Can't sleep whenever I'm around you." Fantastic. I apparently keep the brain awake because I emit so much blue light from my blue hair. It's bad for you. Blue light screens before bed, not good. Not good for your health. And then alternatively, because I terrify. That is also an option. I hope not. Do you want to put your dishes away? Dish, singular. And that is a morning job. Like, putting away laundry. I've been complaining about laundry all week, and that's just because I'm trying to prepare for a move. So I'm running everything through the wash again because I'm gonna have to leave some of my stuff in storage until I can probably move into the new place, because I have like a month in between my first lease and my new lease, very frustratingly. So I'm gonna have to I'm kind of couch surfing for a month until I can find somewhere to stay. But it's like it's no big deal. Probably gonna stay with the big brosi. And that means that I want to make sure that if I leave something in like a storage compartment, same difference. I want to make sure that when I get there, I want everything to be smelling like beautiful. So by the time I get it, it's like just neutral smelling rather than like, I've been sat in a warehouse for a month smell, because it has a smell. Yeah, but anyway. And last time I got really nervous that there was gonna be water damage because, okay. I'm actually sharing this with a friend because I'm currently living in a house with two other friends of mine, and both of them, they're both such sweet girls. I love them. Because all the other sucky housemates have moved out. But one of the girls that I live with, she had to share a storage unit with the problem housemate, because my friend lives abroad, and this friend wanted to split a storage container, so it was a little bit cheaper. because it's easier than just like hauling stuff all the way back and forth on airplanes. And this friend, she's a neat freak. I love her. She's so organized. Her room is like militantly tidy. She is literally ideal housemate. But the person that she shared that storage container with left like dirty food. There was like an entire chicken breast in this storage container. And then they also put in clothes that had been washed and not dried, so everything filled with mold. And they didn't want to like organize anything, so they just vacuum packed the mold clothes. Or it wasn't even mold yet, they were all just wet. And then, of course, limited area, that then becomes mold. And then, ew, yucky grossness. So hopefully, hopefully I'm a change of pace. Goodness, I need to do sleepy streams more often, it's fun. Yuri and my 2 a.m. Lacey stream. Oh, it's more likely than you may think. I love girls. Girls are awesome. Big ups to all girls out there. Lots of them are really pretty and deserve a little smooch. I mean, same with boys too, but less, on average, less pretty. I'd like to shout out all my girls and all my fellas. I can't do the piano. I say that. I actually do technically know how to do the piano. Like, I'm not good, but if you put a piano in front of me, I have like a list of probably about 3-4 songs that I can do rather convincingly. I can't read sheet music. Sheet music, genuinely like hieroglyphics. Do you know how to do the Fortnite default dance track on the piano? Okay. Actually, that might be one that's easy to learn. For now, it's a no. In the near future, who knows? Who knows what the future holds? But what I was gonna say is, actually, I know like Claire de Lune, a couple of the more classic-y ones, and one song from Chrono Trigger and 2 from Undertale, and that's about it. I'm one of those people that only learns like video game soundtracks on the piano. What was I gonna say? Yeah. Hey, thank you for the sub, Belle. Ahoy, Lacey Powder Keg. Ahoy. Ahoy, landlubber. I am so tired. Can you tell? I'm sleepy, eepy, sleepwing. But hopefully that means the vibes will be exceptionally chill today. Yeah. Oh yeah. I was gonna talk about my brother a little bit, because the topic of like music came up, and more specifically, a game I used to play with him. So I played it on stream before. Its name is Guitaru Man, and it's this like PS2 game, and I love it. I love it. And no matter how hard I tried, I could never beat him because there's a versus game mode, right? There's this rhythm game that has a story mode, but then it also has the 2-player versus mode, and it has like a really unique, fun art style, and all the music are bops. But we'd hit such a skill ceiling that every time we'd play against each other, we would always like make the tracks go on for like 10 minutes. Because the thing with the Guitar Man is that once you get to like a certain section of the song, depending on who's got more health, it's like, so let's say player 1 is at like 90% health, and player 2 is at like 60. Only when one of them, hits that 60 threshold does it move to like the next section of the song, and you get new patterns to go against, because otherwise it keeps looping. But there is a dodging mechanic where basically you attack each other with music. So if you dodge perfectly, nobody takes any damage. So you can see how that makes for exceptionally long play sessions, especially if you try to just only focus on the dodging, because there's no downside. There is like a slight downside if you miss attacking, but if you miss dodging, then your health goes down crazy. Anyway, all's to say, he is now very out of practice, and I am able to beat him. I have finally become the alpha sibling. Sounds fun, but we need a friend to play with. Oh, don't worry, there's a CPU. You can fight against. So, I must say, playing against the CPU is so unfair because they aren't programmed to miss. They don't miss. They don't get perfect, but so there's okay, good, great. They don't always get a great, but they always hit. So it's like fighting against the most trick-shotty player ever. So it's very good to get your skills up, but also at the same time, infinite standoff. Sorry, I feel like I keep popping my mic. I am using time as an advantage. Isn't it weird when you go away from a game for a long time and you come back and it has a different feeling? And it's not quite nostalgia, it's just the feelings are different, right? So I started playing, what was it? I started playing Spyro again, the original Spyro. And the vibes just felt different, the feeling in my heart. You know how games give you a feeling? I don't know. Okay, I have very visceral connections to things like memories or video games, and I feel it very physically. Nostalgia isn't a thought, it's a feeling in my my bones, and it's I don't know how to describe it. It's a specific pang in the heart, and I love it. It's so magic that coming back to something gives you totally different feelings. That's it's a 2 a.m. Is a 2 a.m. stream really the wisest decision? Don't question me, this is my domain. And also, this is where the philosophical talks come in. Lacey's Philosophical Corner. We're talking about the nature of nostalgia here. Even watching YouTubers from the early days of YouTube, a lot of them have been arrested, but also going back to it, it's oh, I really cannot return to this era, can we? We have moved on so fast as a society. Oh my god, I tried to watch Fred again. Mr. Fred Ficklehorn. I didn't even find him funny back then, but going back on it, my goodness, was he terrible? He sucked. I mean, I must say, it's a lot darker than I remembered. I mean, I know early YouTube was dark. I was there for it, Not everything was a peanut butter jelly time, but especially for the age he was when he was starting to film Fred things. Definitely watching Minecraft YouTubers. My first exposure to Twitch was Dream SMP. I actually know some people's, I know some people like that who are like, Lacey, I literally didn't watch any YouTube until I saw that funny Tommy Innit guy. I'm like, first of all, that's a 15-year-old. Stop watching him. Second of all, grow up. Poor souls, poor lost souls. It's fine. Unfortunately, there is no cure for bad taste. Isn't he like 21 now? The march of time. The march of time. It's harsh and cold on my weary bones. Spoken like a true older sibling. Nostalgia can't be explained with empirical evidence. The feeling of nostalgia combined with deja vu proved it for me. I agree. There's so much we don't know about how we live and how we exist. Which is awesome, because it means there's so much we can discover. Like, our mission from now on is like, oh, we can find out the sort of like very fundamental things that make us happy. As creatures. I'm hitting the 2 a.m. thoughts. See, the thing is, I had coffee, but I didn't realize I brewed a decaf one until like halfway through the brewing. So now I've just been sipping on decaf coffee, not getting the hit that I need. Meanwhile, Lacey Jenny has only just begun. Not even a few years and Lacey already has those ideas. I mean, Lacey has many future ideas. Long story short, I've realized, especially recently, and this is nobody's fault, but I realized that streams weren't giving me the same feeling as when they first did. Like, I didn't have that like sheer, let's go, excitement. And I was like, oh, well, I'm clearly doing something wrong here, because first and foremost, I want to stream to have fun and connect with people, and I felt like I wasn't having as much fun and I wasn't connecting with as many people. So, recently I've been going back to the drawing board a bit, and realizing, first of all, what I find fun and what others find fun. And what I realized is I kind of want to do like a little bit of a shift, because I realized I suck at game commentary. Like, I was playing Deltarune and I was having a blast, and I was looking back on the VOD and I was just doing the voices and not saying anything. That's kind of bad. But I am really good at stuff like this, which is just chatting and letting my mind wander and doing topic association. So I'm trying to think of fun different ways to do a bunch of chatting. Maybe a bunch of unique things. Wink wonk, wink wonk. I will open a form where you can send me your dreams, and I will analyze them at some point. Yeah, but I basically stepped back and I was like, okay, this isn't working. Don't worry, people come for you, Lacey. There are so many things I could okay, stop it. Lacey, sensible, say so. I really appreciate. I'm glad, honestly. I didn't realize that people were joining the streams for me for an embarrassing amount of time. Like, I thought, oh, I have to perform. I have to do this, that, and the other. I have to do this. When I think I can just be myself and then find things that let me be as myself as I can be. In the beginning, I was trying to be all important and fit a role like you do when you're young. And then I I click like, oh, I can just have fun. I can have fun. I can find things that I enjoy. Once I stop enjoying them, I shouldn't feel bound to them. I honestly wasn't having a fun time streaming Sonic Frontiers, so I just kind of stopped. And that's okay, and no one's gonna fight me because everyone's really nice and everyone's here for me. And joyous experience. Funny voice equals watch. Toodle pip. Cheers, love. The cavalry's here. If life gives you lemons, you make a mess in the kitchen, drink your below average lemonade, and sadly clean up the kitchen. Nah, if life gives you lemons, then try and see how many lemons you got and keep trying to perfect your lemonade recipe. Eventually you will find something to make the life lemons out of that brings you joy and is very tasty. Doesn't have to be the first couple lemons, but keep using the lemons. And if you run out of lemons, go and try and find more. Amen. Cozy piano. Lemon. Have you seen the Miku eats a lemon thing? Different to the Miku pipe bomb thing. Whoa. Pipe bomb. So cool. Oh, goodness. I also had a little bit of a thought where I was like, I realized I was getting on. I was really, I was getting on my case. I was bashing my backside over the fact that I was not being productive. I was like, I'm not being productive. I need to be productive all the time and be productive and produce and make constantly. That's why I was in the shorts grind for so long. I was like, I love making shorts at the start. And then it got to a point where I'm like, I have to make shorts because if I don't upload every 2 days, then the algorithm will forget me and I will ruin everything I love. And then I actually did fall off of shorts for a bit, just for like life reasons. And then I came back and everything was normal and fine. And then I realized, maybe I was the one putting all that pressure on myself and making it unfun for myself. And now I know that, yeah, consistency is important, but also at the same time, not wanting to die is also important. Finding a good balance. I think I somehow found you with my Twitch mobile app with their weird scrolling feature. Do people use that? Then you took a month break. Yeah, it happens. My apologies. Ow, my knee. Yeah. I'm very sorry. As most know, I've had a pretty turbulent year, and streaming has been sort of an outlet for that. But annoyingly, that means that I go from very consistent to not consistent at all. Hopefully, we're in the consistent arc. Even if I'll be technically homeless for a month. Honestly, I think I've been needing all of these breaks. There has not been a single break where I've been like, I just don't want to stream because I don't feel like it. Because if I have the energy to stream, I will stream. Case in point, I was like, okay, I can't sleep. I'll just turn on stream and just chat. It'll be nice, and it is. It's really nice. But if I physically can't stream, then I wouldn't want to boot up stream and basically emanate bad vibes until the end of stream. Because in the end, those are my ducks to get in a row. I shouldn't let my ducks wander into your domain. Than mine. Twitch's app scrolling thing is the first thing that appears and you're the first one? Really? the thing is, it throws me off because the things that they preview are always in a, like, horizontal. So it confuses me. Hi. Sorry, contagious yawn. You probably yawned then too. Haha, gotcha. Yeah, so it's in like landscape, but the scrolling method is portrait, so it threw me off. I didn't want to use it. Also, night night, oyasumi. You gaslit and overthonked. That is so true. Honestly, like, it's so easy. And this doesn't have to tie into streaming at all, but if you are kind of beating yourself up because you're like, on my days off, I'm not doing anything. I'm just playing games, or I'm just scrolling Twitch or TikToks or whatever. In the end, once work is done, it's done, and you go home and you chill out. Like, the world right now will tell you if you're not being productive all the time, then you're not doing well. But no, if you feel happy and you have enough money to sustain yourself and you're feeling fulfilled, you're doing good. You shouldn't hold yourself to anybody else's standards but your own. We live in a workaholic culture, and it's very rewarded on social media, and I understand to an extent, but I feel like it's a difference between this is my only good comparison as someone in the know, but it's kind of like there's crunch in the video game industry, but there's two different types of crunch, where there's crunch that you want to do because you think, oh, if I had like an extra 3 hours to work on this before tomorrow, I know that this will look so good. And so you work those extra hours and you do so much to make it the best it can be. And then, on the other hand, there's crunch where people above you go, all right, we need to get this done in 3 hours. You need to stay an extra 3 hours. And I feel like social media, a lot of the time, people become their own boss telling them that you need to do extra 3 hours or else, rather than being like, oh, I'll do an extra 3 hours because I feel like doing an extra 3 hours because I think it'd be good. So working more obviously yields like bigger results. Like if frankly, I could get back on the shorts grind. I hit 4K a little while ago. I feel really appreciative. In fact, I'm still trying to think of, I kind of want to celebrate 4K on YouTube and 1K on Twitch at the same time. So I'm trying to have a little brainstorm for what to do, cause I need a camera to capture my face, but I also don't have a camera for like a hand cam thing. And I wouldn't want to give you ASMR of me just baking a cake. I'll have a little funk. I'll have a little funk about it. But anyway, in short, never feel bad for not working hard all of the time. You're allowed to be a person. Baking ASMR is valid. Yeah, but I'm gonna start like whisking eggs and everybody's gonna be like, haha, Tuskaru. Yeah, Monka lol. Whatever the Twitch thing is. Oh, the scrolling thing is based on the streamer you watch the most. Really? Aw. So, if I'm the top one, then... Aw. Also, I haven't really... I don't want to do Instagram, Twitch. I already scrolled YouTube live stream for YouTubers. It's not fun. A lot of the VTubers on YouTube are mostly Japanese, because I was looking into it, and I think, at least personally, I'd love to tap into at least a more, like, I feel like I could have fun in a global sense. Like, I would love to do, like, frankly, basically, I've been thinking about doing English instructional videos for the JP side, especially because I've heard a lot of comments on the fact that I have all right enunciation, especially if I try and put some effort into it. So I feel like, especially for people trying to learn native English, or specifically British English, it could be maybe a little bit helpful. I'm still workshopping it. I might have an answer eventually. And of course, I'm planning on doing a 2.0 sometime in the future. Nihongo stream. 日本語わからないです。英語は話せますか? That's the only Japanese I know. トイレはどこですか? And all of the lyrics of the first verse and chorus of Bakamitai. That's all the Japanese I know off the top of my head. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, that reminds me. So, I, in school, had a Japanese classmate. And, I'm gonna call her Kasumi. Kasumi was lovely. But she had like a very American voice because she came from like a language school. So it was really easy to forget that she was like native Japanese sometimes. And I, growing up, was the biggest weeb to ever weeb. And I was talking with a friend really loudly about how desperately I would love to go to Japan and how it's beautiful there. I can go on the Shinjuku rails, and I can look at all the sights in Tokyo and go to Akiba and buy a bunch of figures. And Kasumi turns around and goes, Lacey, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but it's kind of like if I started talking really loudly on how England is beautiful for its tea parties and nights. And I'm like, oh yeah, maybe I do have a bit of a rose-tinted view. But the thing is, I wasn't just talking about like how much I love Japan. I was like fully planning out my Japan trip, and I was like back to back with Kasumi. And I did not know that she was there. And I'm like, oh, Kasumi, I'm sorry for being weird about Japan. I'm just a weeb. I was like one of the only weebs in school too. So I feel really bad because some of the others made fun of her for being Japanese. And others thought she was American because of her accent. And then here I was, going the entire opposite direction, being like, Japan is so cool, I need to be in Japan, I need to be in Japan, I love Japan so much. Toire wa doko desu ka? I cringe. Sometimes I go to bed and I still see Kasumi's mildly confused, mildly upset face. How was British weeb culture? So, it was a bit different when I was growing up. It wasn't... Well, it depends. It was kind of seen as... Well, it was seen as cringe. But I think because I was a girl and because I have a very, very feminine look. I've always been a girly girl. No matter how much I like black and gothic stuff, I'm a girly girl. I think I could get away with... being a little bit like overly cutesy. So I'd be the type to like watch all this like shoujo shit. Like I wasn't shonen pilled, because I think if I was watching like Naruto or something, people would start doing like the oh, you're watching Pokemon, but there's boobs in it. And also, I think I flew under the radar, so I'd say being a weeb isn't as common. But it wasn't like outright like, get in a locker, nerd. That's what you get for liking Chinese cartoons. They're Japanese. It was nothing like that. It was more down low, but I feel like I always got pegged as like the the weird girl that would always come to school with like bows in her hair. Well, actually, I had a very signature look. Oh, you can make fun of me for this, but Lolita slash fairy fashion, yes, sorry. I've been doing it ever since I was young. I really appreciate that it's popular now because it's much easier to source outfits and it's so much easier for people trying to get into it. I love it so much. I do sort of like a, what was it? It's like sweet Lolita, or like a casual Lolita, where it's like, what was it? It's like somewhere between coquette and Lolita. Anyway, tangent. I had a signature look back in school, and our school uniform was butt ugly because it was brown. It was brown blazers and dark brown skirts and a button-up shirt and what was the tie? It was like yellow. And so I was like, oh, this uniform is the worst. It looks so ugly. So what I'd do is every day I'd have a different colored ribbon in my hair. I would wear a ponytail and a big ribbon or bow in a statement color, because that was the only thing I could get away with customization wise to my uniform. And I would always, okay, they were so strict in my school where we weren't allowed to wear white socks. We would have to wear only black socks, or else we'd be sent home to change our socks. And as much as I appreciate a little bit of black, I was trying to protest the obscenely ugly uniform by trying to add a little bit of personalization. So I think because I was a little bit of a suck-up goody two-shoes, slightly autistic girl, they didn't really have a problem when I would slowly swap out my plain black socks for lacy black socks, and then black socks with the pink rim, and eventually I did an Indiana Jones swap where I'd be wearing my little rebellious socks in like fluorescent colors, and that was my great grift. Eventually, though, the other students cottoned on that, hey, Lacey, Lacey's wearing weird socks all the time, and that's not allowed, miss. And the teachers would be like, oh, that's just Lacey, she can get away with it. And I'm like, you can't say that. Thank you, but also everyone's gonna make fun of me for being weird sock girl. They didn't. I was just weird art girl, it's different. Yeah, but anyway, that's my little sock heist. I don't know why I told that story. But anyway, I'd also try and match them with the band, like the bow in my hair. I felt very cute. Oh, and I do the see how I've got like bangs right now? I didn't used to have bangs. I used to have like straight, well, I used to have like a split down the middle parting. And I'd put like 2 little strands in the front, because I didn't have bangs yet. I felt so cute. I think I did look quite cute. Looking back at photos, I look quite adorable, especially because eventually I just wore pink. I just wore pink everything. Pink band, pink socks. I looked like Neapolitan ice cream. It was adorable. It's a cute story though. It's the right time of day to share a very sweet mundane story at least. Slightly lazy, I have some news. Darn it! I swear I'm cool. I'm so cool. Wait. Hoppy hole, I'm trying to work out what that says. If that's Mogu Mogu, wait, deeper. Why are you sniffing? Google Translate, wait.
Kun kun.
Kun kun. That's what like a satire would call their like main protagonist, or it'd be like Boku-kun. I'm trying to think of a quick hiragana lesson. I cannot read hiragana. Hiragana, katakana, don't even get me started on kanji. Do you know what I can do? Mizu, ocha, wait, what was the other one? Mizu, ocha, and the third one. I'm trying to think of the 3 ones that Duolingo starts you off with. I started using Duolingo because I was like, oh, finally my chance to be a full Japanese gamer. And then I messed up in the fact that I didn't turn the kohi, yes. I didn't turn the romanji, where it's like it spells out the hiragana and katakana in like Roman letters underneath, so you can sort of read it phonetically. I never turned that off for the 1 year I was using that, so it only improved my listening skills, because I wouldn't actually read the hiragana and katakana. I would just read the romanji underneath, and so I didn't learn anything. It has like a whole section to learn the shapes, but I never used it because it looked scary. And why do that when I can say, Riku went to the hospital in Japanese? Time to do it again. I'm gonna try and find a different app to use it, because as much as I love the funny little things on Duolingo, I feel like I need to learn something like a child. So, you know how like when children learn, they learn basically by reading really basic storybooks and then move onwards and onwards? There's a game, Shashingo. Okay, wait, let me look this up. I think I've Shashingo. Virtual photography. With your trusty camera, take photographs of fictional streets in Japan to capture new words and images as fully translated flashcards. Finally, I'll learn how to say konbini. Wait a minute. This is cute. Oh, this is definitely going in the notes. Oh, that'd be so fun to do on stream. I thought this was the spelling one, and I was like, oh, that's like native Japanese. Because I've seen a lot of bigger like corpo VTubers do like I especially remember Fuomoko doing all this like really complex kanji in like this sort of like a timed event thingy, and it intimidated me a little. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, I can't even read Mizu. Oh my goodness. I recently went. How do I say it? So I've been working on things, and things involve commissions on occasion, and that means on occasion communicating with Japanese artists, and that means I'd much rather do my correspondence in like translated to Japanese than forcing them to translate my English, because I want to make sure that if my message translates from like English to Japanese, that it doesn't say something wrong, you know? So like if I typed in like, oh, the art looks sick, of course you and I know that means good. But what if Google Translate and its infinite idiocy translate as that looks disgusting? Like I can't risk that. Then they're never gonna want to work with me. So I've been trying to basically work out through the power of machine translation how to perfectly speak with like easy to translate Japanese phrasing. But if I could just speak the language, I wouldn't have to do all this brain power. time to show my Skeb addiction. Oh, Skeb is dangerous. Skeb, no, I can't touch it. Especially because such talented artists. So if you don't know, Skeb is like a Japanese commission website. But the whole gimmick of it is that once you send in your request, that's it. You just wait and you get the art back and there's no revisions. So you give it all up front, and then afterwards you get the thing, and then there we go, it's paid for. But because it's non-customization, not customization focused, it means that things can go for a lot cheaper because you don't have to like go back for infinite revisions. And you can offer as much or as little money as you want. I mean, people do have like a buying guide, but otherwise you can basically throw any amount of yen that way. Anyway. Yeah, Skeb is dangerous because on Skeb you get like, if you've already had art commissioned, then people can send you requests where it's like, hi, I'm an artist and I would like to draw you. Here's a little discount. Because I'm the one who reached out to you. Thank you, much appreciated. And I get those constantly. Because I think everybody likes to draw a little bit of lace. I think I have a unique demeanor. That it's not my fault that I'm amused to so many. But that also does make my wallet cry in pain. British humor will never work out with Japanese people. Don't tell me you accept the request. Not all of them, just lots. Not actually lots. I grew up quite stingy despite everything. I very much hold off my money until I really, really want something. But back to the human thing. Japanese humor and British humor, you'd be surprised at how different they are. Like, I'd say Japanese humor, and this is coming from full like foreigner perspective, seems like it's very focused on like wordplay and like gags, like funny gags, because sarcasm is kind of not really a thing. I mean, it is a thing, but it doesn't. It's not the same strength as British humor. Like, I very much enjoy British humor. That's what's one of my few upsides right now, is I'm surrounded by so many funny, snarky people. And so when you translate jokes directly from like Japanese to English, they sound incredibly cartoony, and from English to Japanese, incredibly rude. But it's just a difference in culture, and it's just a difference in the way that the language is structured. Because Japanese has so many beautiful, elegant words that it's really easy to assemble things in a way that will make someone chuckle. But in English, because we've only got like 26 letters, and yeah, quite a lot of words to use, and especially coming from a very cold place where cynicism can kind of fester. it means that you get a little bit more of a hardened shell and a little bit of like a jokey vibe. Can confirm I'm one of my Japanese boss by using waka hai. Sera watashi wakashi. Wait. What's the old ways to say I will learn how to speak Japanese, but exclusively use the first person pronoun uchi. I will have the Kansai accent just for the funnies. I'm trying to. Where's the like the extra old man one? washi. Yeah, I was playing so after playing Deltarune, I got like intense Deltarune brainwa, and I wanted to see people that are playing it in Japan. And I feel like a lot of the Hololive girls have started playing it, but they haven't hit like the new chapters yet. But I wanted to see what our old man spoiler character would use. And I was like, why is he saying washi? Is that correct? You don't even go here. Lacy Powder Wing in the flesh. It is indeed past my bedtime. It's a sleepover. Sleepover see. Welcome in. Having a very cozy chat. I could not sleep. Yeah. I think I want to do more late night streams. It's comfy, cozy. Bedtime is just is a construct to sell more alarm clocks. Don't listen to them. I've been pretty good recently in terms of sleep. Just because, okay, you can call me a snob, I don't care. I have decided that, drumroll please, I am becoming even more of a coffee person. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. You're sleeping? Me too. We are getting exceptionally cozy. I decided, I'm becoming a coffee person. In the fact that I like a fancy cup of joe. Because I like preparing it. I get my grounds, and I grind them up, and I get my mocha pot, and I brew it on just the right temperature over the stovetop after boiling the rest of the water in the kettle so it doesn't take as long. And I love making different like milk infusions. I love it. I also love tea. I'd say, frankly, they're on even footing, but I'd say, how would I describe it? It's like, if coffee is like an everyday essential, then tea is a special little treat. They are both different in my heart, and they both have different roles, but I think, of all, coffee has more practicality. Tea, I just love it for the tasties. I love, okay, this is so silly. This is such an old person thing, but I love trying to look for like tea sets in charity shops because, a lot of people, especially of the older variety, they do tend to, like donating lots of their belongings quite frequently, and that means I find really cute vintage tea sets with lovely kettles, and I try and look for a new mug to add to my collection. I'm gonna get to, but I've had to invest in buying like lead strips or like lead testers because the thing about old stuff is they didn't have health standards back then. Whoopsie. So that meant that quite a few of them I didn't buy in the shops because they would have had unsafe levels of lead in them. I found lots that weren't though. Lots that are really cute. I like lots of if I could ever wrangle like a dream stream, I would love to make pottery at some point. I don't even know how to make pottery, but I would love to do a little pottery stream. I'd love to make a little I don't know, a vase, a little vase, and I can paint it. It'd be so cute. Yeah, but anyway, back to tea. Sorry. I love having my own little rituals in the morning. Like if I am having like a slow morning, I will brew like a nice tea bag, like a nice tea bag. I only keep nice tea bags because I about 3 years ago I bought a massive 100 pack of PG Tips, and that is the sort of like most common tea bags in the UK. And um I didn't end up getting through it in 3 years. So I ended up just buying new nice ones because I'm bad with drinking tea frequently because if I drink tea every day, I get the jitters. I don't know why. Coffee counteracts it a little bit, but because I think tea has a slightly higher like caffeinated content, it gives me the zoomies. It gives me the bouncies. I need to be sensible. So I never ended up drinking 100 tea bags by myself, and coffee doesn't. It doesn't have the same strength. And I usually dilute mine quite a lot because I like making little lattes. I'm good at making latte art now. Not the best. I can do the flower. That's about it. I try and treat myself like if I was going to a fancy coffee shop to remind myself that I should never ever spend money at Starbucks ever forever because it's so expensive. Even though the mocha frappe wappe what's it looks so good in the window, but no, you've got coffee at home, Lacey. You've got coffee at home. I just realized I've had this music playing for an hour. Too sleepy. Trying to find something classy but cozy. What about this? That's even more sleepy. I don't want to fall asleep on stream. I'm not that type of streamer. It wouldn't even be entertaining where you like try and play jump scares because I don't have any redeems on. Because the last time I had redeems on, it was Deltarune, and then I turned them off. And then I forgot to turn them back on. Because I'm a fool. You know, I will accept this one. Yeah, my inner monologue becomes my outer monologue quite frequently. The thing is, with streaming, is I think talking to myself comes very naturally because I have quite a hyperactive brain in the fact that I like making little connections, and I like commenting on things in front of me. Like if I'm doing the dishes, I'll be like, doing the dishes. That cup looks kind of weird from this angle. It kind of looks like a tree. And then someone would walk in and be like, Lacey, who are you talking to? And I'm like, myself. That's not weird, is it? A little weird, Lacey, a little bit weird. Okay. Yeah, but it's a good thing on stream because then, you know, at least it's funny. Yay! God, I'm so sleepy. My voice goes so high-pitched when I'm sleepy. Usually I try and, embarrassingly, I try and make my voice a little bit deeper for streams, but when I'm sleepy, I can't really pitch it down all that much. The power. Ah, shucks. How many? Do you mean like a biblical angel? They've got quite a lot of eyes. Usually they become a little bit uncanny if you look at them for too long. Be not afraid. I pitch down for stream a little bit. I try and make my voice a little bit bassier because I worry that if I'm a little bit too high, then it sounds like I'm putting it on. But ironically, I'm trying to put on a bit of a deeper voice. And also, I don't know. There's quite a lot of, how do I say it? Like, there's a fair few British VTubers that are quite high pitched, and then there's lots that are really low pitched. And so I thought, I'll be like medium pitch. But my resting voice is slightly higher than medium, so I try and force it down a little bit. But then I end up just like sounding a little bit silly. Or I try and puff myself out, you know. I end up puffing myself out. I don't exactly try to. Pitched up yet still soft. Talking stream ASMR when? I mean, this is probably the closest you're gonna get because I do not have the microphone for it. I have drumroll, everyone has it, sure SMB. And that annoyingly is not it's not the best for ASMR, because you need to turn up the gain crazy style, to even have a chance of having a decent, clear sound that isn't just plosives. But if I bonk my elbow at any point during an ASMR, it would erupt your eardrums. So I'm holding off until I can get a microphone which is slightly more geared toward ASMR. I'll put more money in my piggy bank. Favorite British tuber? Well, I have quite a few. Up there, ironically, is Echo Mori. I love her lots. She's a very cool streamer to me. Had a previous Oshi that graduated it, and then unrelatedly, I started watching Echo Mori. Whoa! When did that happen? And then I also love Liz. Everyone loves Liz. Yep. Echo is lovely. Honestly, such good vibes. Whenever I go watch her, such good vibes. But then also, I have quite a lot of VTubers that are annoyingly really outside of my time zone, so I never catch a stream. So like, I love Bibu, right? But I'm just continuously stuck in the VOD gang because she never streams when I'm awake. Ironically, I could maybe go watch her after the stream, but I don't know. I'm gonna make the music a little bit more peppy because I'm getting too sleepy in here. My Discord! Sorry, that was me. Jump scare. I gotcha. Bibu probably has the best VODs though. Oh, I love her. I love her. She's so cute. She's so cute. She's so funny. I love her sense of humor. She genuinely like big inspo. Which is really funny because she's so different to me, I'd say. But I appreciate her as a gamer. I think my exposure to Echo was through one of our raids. Usually I'd say the opposite. Oh yeah, and GX Aura. Speaking of raids, another VTuber that I quite like that is also British, GX Aura. Anytime I use the Opera browser, all of a sudden, just coincidentally, I think of Aura, and how nice she was when she raided that one time. You're just as much of a gamer? Not a very proficient gamer, I must confess. I'm such a casual. Like if I try and get good at a game, I get pretty good. Unless it's anything with a gun in it, then all of a sudden I forget my depth perception, I forget how to read, I forget to calm. I can't. I'm so bad. I'm terrible to play with. And then anytime I do calm, it's like, shut up, woman. I'm sorry. I'm not based enough to make a funny response back. I just want us to rush B. Yeah. I'm such a casual. It's okay though. not everyone is geared out for freaking Valorant and have people kiss in my ears as I'm trying to play. People on right. Here's a fun little trivia. If you go on Valorant in the UK servers, no one speaks. Not a single person. And I was getting like sick of it. I was like, even in ranked matches, nobody would speak. And so I was like, I'm sick of this. I need to go into a server where people actually speak. So I went on the American ones with, just joined a quick game, and was like, okay, I'm ready. I'm just ready to hear some comms, finally. And I load in, and it's this guy with his girlfriend, and they're like role playing, and they're the first match I ever join. They're like, which one are you picking, baby girl? I don't know. Which one should I pick? And I'm like, shut up. Oh my goodness, play the game. So I disconnected and I stopped trying to play Valorant. it genuinely it was a traumatizing event. Oh god, that was such like a visceral, just and I should try it again at some point, but I know in my heart it will end up like that again, and I will have to come to terms with the fact that I'm probably not built for Valorant. Maybe Marvel Rivals. I've seen a lot of women with rather large posteriors in that game. Duly noted. Duly noted. One for the archives. One for the archives. Yeah. But I'm such a cozy gamer, and that I'm saying that full derogatory. I like playing games that are like either short stories, where it's mostly narrative, or it's like some form of RPG. I love an RPG. But anything in real time where there's pressure on me, all of a sudden I forget how to use my limbs, which is really annoying when I'm trying to find games to stream, because it's either, oh, this popular horror teamwork game, and I'm like, well, I have no one to stream with, or this current FPS that's coming out, I'm like, well, I suck butts at it. But silver lining is that I can go through my massive game backlog of RPGs that I've been meaning to play, especially JRPGs. Speaking of JRPGs, the more I play Deltarune, the more I realize it's kind of just like Undertale if it was an actual RPG. Like, it's longer and it feels better. Like it feels better to play. If you want action-based single-player RPGs, I got a ton. Give me your Steam login. Kidding. Yeah, but maybe bonk a recommendation in the MISC tab of the Discord. Maybe either that or the general. I'd love to see your recommendations, because oh my god, shall I play Metaphor? I want to play Metaphor, but I feel like it's too late to play Metaphor because it's not trending anymore. No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm not bound by trends. I'm bound by joy. And a little self-imposed trends. I would no, please don't. Put on two-factor authentication now. I'm coming to your house and I'm breaking in and I'm playing your Steam games. I had my username and password if you're lucky. I cannot be responsible, because what if something happens? What if something happens to my Discord account and all of a sudden it's looking through my DMs and finds your Steam? I can't take anyone else down with me. Although I say that, I I feel like such a cybersecurity nerd because my passwords are like an entire novel. Because I just think, okay, here's a really, I don't know, a meaningful phrase for me. Big, long, meaningful phrase and a bunch of numbers. And then a symbol and a greater than sign. No one ever expects a greater than. It's always an asterisk or a full stop or an exclamation mark. But anytime I try and log into any of my accounts publicly, it takes 5 quintillion years to log in, and people start looking like, Lacey, why is your password longer than the Bible? I'm like, I just like having security, okay? OPSEC God, OPSEC maxing. Oh, here's a fun fact. I am drinking this water out of a vintage Coca-Cola glass. I found it in a charity shop and I recognized it because these kind of go for a pretty penny. But it's just because they're really good at keeping drinks cold. And I'm so proud. I'm so proud of my find because it's so cool. I could just be like, oh, do you want a Coca-Cola in the Coca-Cola glass? My beloved house guest. And he'll be like, oh my goodness, Lacey, a novel Coca-Cola glass. If that would ever happen. But it would happen. People would be impressed with my novelty Coca-Cola glass. People would appreciate my Coca-Cola glass. Aw, thank you. Much appreciated, Dragon. I feel very cute. I say that. Can we get much cuter? That's the question. All I'm saying is there is a new form on the horizon. Sometimes soon, and hypothetically, if the art were to already be done and sitting on my computer and I'm staring at it and I am so excited I can gnaw through wood, let's just say 2 months maybe, which is very soon in model time. Lacey plus Lacey 2.0 collab when? I'd have to clone myself. I think I'd be superb at cloning myself. Cheerleader Lacey Scab? Aye. I'm on it, boss. Oh wait, you went for yourself. Okay, we can both one each get a cheerleader me Scab, and then whoever's Scab is better wins. Somehow. I don't know what we win. Cute art, maybe. Sorry, I'm so shuffly on my chair, and I have the gain super high right now, so it probably sounds like a just buff, 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 buff. Deal. Hi, boss. I'm just like, okay, so I wouldn't say that my current look, it's not like overly saucy, I'd say. Like I have definitely got blessings from Mother Nature, but I don't show them off. I have quite a lot of ruffles and stuff like that. That isn't really like typically associated with being. I don't know. I'm avoiding the big S word because it's like I feel weird. I'm like, am I? Am I not? But anytime I'm like, I think I kind of like that in a way. Like I got the exposed elbows. Oh yeah, back in my youth, exposed elbows were the pinnacle of raunchiness. I kind of like the fact that everyone's, you gotta stare at my personality, not my personalities. I've got I kind of like it. Although, actually, I say that. Well, I realized that once. Do I spoil it? So, my new appearance in the coming future, kind of is a little bit more exposed, in the top part, and I initially wasn't sure, because it kind of it looks the same-ish as now, but the shoulder things moved down a little bit, and the mesh doesn't cover the most of the torso area. It's kind of a little bit smaller, and then I think, wait, that's kind of like my current model is kind of a little bit, but then the future model is going to be a little bit. Have I ever thought of myself that way? Honestly, the model is so cute. I just don't care. Right. There is a future model. In fact, I'm even looking at the art currently, right now. I have exposed shoulders and a completely covered chest. So, shoulder bros, we are winning this time. In fact, ironically, I think the coverage on my arms completely inverts as to my current appearance, which is really funny to me. This 2.0 will be technically the first time that I'm fully designing my model, because my current appearance right now, my beautiful visage, was kind of a hands-off thing. I kind of spawned in fully in existence, and that's how I look. And I thought, okay, I really love the way that I look, but I'm really excited to have my hand in the pie this time and be able to sort of add my own little lacy touch to my appearance. Go to the hairdressers, get my hair curled, all that stuff. I spoiled something. So I kind of designed it with making things easier to draw, because I realized there's quite a lot in my outfit that's really elaborate, and I love that. But also at the same time, I totally feel for people that have ever tried to draw me, because I can't even do all those ruffles, let alone... And they're on my body. So this time round, hopefully, big bold design, but simple, and I like it. I'm really excited. Oh my god, I just can't wait to show you. It's gonna be fun. I will neither confirm nor deny your speculations, Bao. My hands are in the air. I have no idea what you're talking about. playing FPS. Hey, are you winning? Are you winning, son? You'll still get Stacy and Lacey, right? Oh, absolutely. What is Lacey without Stacy and Lacey? What? I can't just cut off my family. My dear beloved totally real family. Except for maybe Wacy. We can do without her. Stacy's fun, but she's just kind of annoying. That's the only crime she has. Wacy is a war criminal, and I don't trust her near small animals, and also children. I don't think my microphone is picking up on it, but a fox is getting freaky outside my window. I'm just gonna, there we go, curtains extra closed, and let's just ignore that. Yikes. Cause the thing is, they sound like women. They sound like women screaming. So it's like such an uncanny. The fox must have saw the model. Hey, stay away. What does the fox say? Oh, Wooga, clearly. Oh my goodness. People don't know what does the fox say nowadays, and it makes me upset. I feel old. I say that every day. Huh? Oh, that's too sleepy. Wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Morning, morning. There we go. Something silly. Yeah, I'm well seasoned. Right. I would say I have a really good internet knowledge. Especially considering my sizable age. I'm pretty familiar with most internet things. When it comes to games, however, I was always a sort of a hand-me-down child where I'd get basically whatever games my big brother would play, and then my Nechan, my big sister, would not play games, so I didn't get any hand-me-down games from her. So basically, whatever my brother enjoyed, I ended up liking by proxy. And also my dad, any games he would enjoy, I would like by proxy, which is where I got a really big love of puzzle games from. But that means, must I add, I have so many games to try first time. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. Don't worry, already on it, boss. Don't worry. Younger sibling lifestyle. Yeah, I'm unfortunately I've been told that I give older sister vibes on occasion, and I'm like, how? Because I'm a little bit, I don't know, of an old head. I'm not sure. I think I give very big younger sister vibes. Like a refined younger sister, but a younger sister nonetheless. I give these vibes, don't I? Right? I'm still young. I hold on to my youth. Yeah, but the younger sibling lifestyle is really interesting to me. Because you get to a point where by the time that they're, on the third kid, your parents don't care anymore. Like the first kid, they're all panicking. They're being like, I don't know, this one sneezed for two more times than it's supposed to. Is it going to keel over and die? You must do every piano and every trumpet lesson, and you must do this, that, and the other. By the second, chilling out a little bit. By the third, they don't care. Like, it's just the pure attention. However, that means that you could just get away with stuff. And that's bad. You're supposed to learn consequence. And I did not learn consequence until way too late. I mean, I think I've been considering myself like rather sensible, but that's like sensible as a younger sibling. So occasionally, I wasn't too much of a party animal when I was younger, but one of my friends decided to have a hot tub party in her garden, which was fun. It was lovely. It was lovely. Her house is massive, so she had quite a lot of friends round. They were all girls, and because they were all girls, by the time the night grew to about 1 a.m., we thought it would be exceptionally funny to take all our clothes off and start like spraying each other with a hose. I don't know what was going on there. Alcohol was in the system. Most of us were like half dressed, spraying each other with water, and then, like an idiot, we forgot that the thing called neighbours exist. So, to our horror, the light of a nearby house flicked on, and some people weren't even wearing, like, nary a scrap on their body. I did not really partake. I was wearing a tank top and my swimwear, and that was about it, but that was still way too little coverage for 1 a.m. as a teenager. And this light flicks on, and a 50-year-old man walks and looks out the window. We scatter like the rats from Ratatouille. We leap under tables, and some people submerge in the hot tub so they don't get seen. Me, personally, I just walked inside and had some chips and dip, as the kids say. But in my journey out, someone didn't quite get the message and splashed only me with the hose. And my tank top was white, right? And my swimwear was decidedly not so. So I had to do the walk of shame back inside, with basically a transparent shirt on, with this 50-year-old man staring from the house next door. Anyway, that was a long rambling anecdote to say that sometimes when your friends have a pool party at 1 a.m., maybe you should just say, nah, I'm good, especially if they have a pervy neighbor. It was fun though, all things considered. I got my chips and dip, so silver lining. Anyway, I think I've sufficiently streamed enough to feel sleepy. Thank you for the little chat. I'll try and wind down the stream for 5 minutes and then I'll go to bed. I'm too tired to do raid etiquette, so I'll just turn off the button and go to bed. Thank you for the Lacey lore. I'm decidedly only sharing the fun Lacey lore because I mention it a lot, but the Lacey lore runs deep and horrifying. But a lot of it is really fun. I like sharing little tidbits about myself. I'm just so embarrassed. I wore the same ponytail every day with the same little anime side sweep bangs. I'm such a nerd. I'm such an otaku. Actually, okay, here's one side tangent. Okay, this isn't even like a funny story. It's just something really nice that happened. So I was in school and I wasn't exactly social. I was a little bit of an outcast in the fact that I didn't know why everyone found me weird. Like I wasn't picked on, but I was just known as a little bit weird. Like people didn't dislike me, but I was like medium. I was medium on the rungs. But there was this boy that I knew of, and I was like, oh, I don't really know him. I know of his name. I'm gonna call him Kyle. I'm gonna call. No, he's not. No, that's a jock name. I'm gonna call him Will. And there was this boy named Will. And I didn't know him all that much, but people picked on him because, I don't know, his mum was the type to bring drive him to school. Michael Afton. It was Michael Afton. And I remember one time I was sat next, because I was sat next to him for like one day where one of our classes had to merge because they didn't have enough teachers that day for some reason. And I was sat next to Will, and he noticed something anime, and I like talked to him a little bit. And it was like really nice to get along with. Like he was shy, but I could tell he was having a nice conversation. And I didn't speak to Will for like a long time. I didn't really consider him a friend or anything, just a person I had like a good conversation with. And this was like at age 12-ish. And then I got to the day that we're leaving school, and Will comes up to me and he says, "Lacey, thank you for being nice. I was having a really, really bad year and you were really, really nice. And you made me want to stay going to school." I'm like, I had one nice conversation with you. Will, that is really... Oh. I sometimes try and... I try and peek in on that guy on Facebook to try and see how he's doing. He seems to be having a good time. I think he's got a wife now. That's weird. The time marches on. Anyway, and it just made me realize, like, oh, being nice, like, actually improves people's lives. What? Like, my actions have consequences that are good? After that, I genuinely felt like a little bit of a changed person, where I was like, oh, having a nice conversation helped someone out. That's awesome! Anyway, in short, that's why I like streaming. I will find all the Wills out there. Being an extrovert helps the world crazy. The thing is, I'm not even an extrovert. I just understand how it feels to feel small, I guess. And just wish someone would talk to you. It takes a lot of effort for me to get out of my shell, but once I do, I don't know. I feel like it's all worth it. It's taking that first step. Anyway, 2 a.m. rambles, now 3 a.m. Jeez. Oh, sweetheart, for that. I try. I don't think if you're at a crossroads where you can be nice or you can not be nice, I don't see why there's any reason to pick the not being nice option, unless you're talking to like the guy who invented the rocket launcher. But even then, that's kind of cool. That's kind of a cool invention. So anyway, I'm gonna say oyasumi, because I realize I'm falling asleep and doing random rambles, but not in the productive way. I just did this so I could go to bed. I love being British and in British time zones and not drinking the caffeinated coffee that I knew I was gonna drink. Thank you. I've been Lacey Powderwing. I'm not gonna be raiding because I'm tired. I appreciate everybody coming here for this really impromptu stream. I'll try and have a schedule up by maybe whenever I wake up. So probably like 7 hours from now. Thank you all for being here and listening to Late Night Lacy's. I'll cherish EP Lacey voice forever. Get it while it's hot. EP Lacey, round the town. Oyasumi. Oyasumi Lacey. Bye bye. Oyasumi. Go do the rest of your day. Have a lovely rest of your day. Bye bye, buds.